Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my YouTube channel. Hope you are all doing well. My name is Regan. For my returning viewers and also to my new subscribers, I usually appreciate so much for your great support always. So now Kenyans, this government sahi wamechanganyikiwa because why? Hawajui what will happen tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is a Sabasaba day. So up to now this government they are receiving a mixed reactions. Hawajui hata what is what and which is which. So for now, I've seen different leaders coming in with their reactions towards this demonstration of tomorrow, which is Sabasaba. So for now, Esther Passaris, the women rep of Nairobi, is coming out now to drop another bombshell. And he's saying, as I quote, "From the messages I have gotten, I know there are a lot of people from outside who are funding the protest. They live outside but are inciting Kenyans to invade government institutions. They are not on the front line. It's our innocent children." End of the quote. Those are the words coming from Esther Passaris. So I want you to watch this video of Esther Passaris, then we proceed. But before we proceed, ladies and gentlemen, as we always do, if you have not subscribed, take a second, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And again, if you have not liked, take a second, hit the like button. And I thank you so much for that like, and again for that subscription. Listen to what Esther Passaris is saying, then we proceed.
Going on the streets every week, all right, is actually, it's good if it's peaceful. And I pray that tomorrow will be peaceful. For those that will exercise their rights tomorrow, right? The headlines that are trying to steer more division, right? Which I've called the media out for that, right? Are not going to help this country. I know that there's also, from the messages that I've gotten, I know that there's a lot of people that are funding this kind of movements in our country from outside. But remember, you live outside, but you're leaving the Kenyans here. Those who are saying invade the institutions of government, they are not on the front line to invade. It is our innocent children and families in despair that are going to lose their lives. So what I want to say is, let us work together. We need to dialogue together and resolve the problems. If Raila could do it, our party leader could do it with Uhuru Kenyatta. If our party leader again can do it with William Ruto, it shows that Raila has everybody in mind. He has.
So after you have listened to that video now, I want you to know this. This government hawana priorities. They have lost priorities. And up to now, they are confused because at first time, tuliona, wakituambia that it is Rigathi Gachagua who is funding the demonstrations. So now we are seeing Esther Passaris. She's coming out now to tell us that amepata messages from outside, inamwambia that there is some people from outside the country wana fund the demonstration. So up to now, this government, they don't know who usually does these things. But the reality of the thing is that these demonstrations haikuangi atiko funded. No. These demonstrations inakuanga pure and natural, whereby huwa ni willingness of the people. So ndio kuniambia the last demonstration ile ya 25th ati ni mtu tu alitokea ati akaanza kulipa watu. Uliona ile crowd yenye ilikuwa. So it is ironically that now the government is coming out to tell us that there is someone funding the demonstration. And that's why I have told you that this government up to now, they are confused. Why? Because today they are saying this and tomorrow they are saying that. So up to now, they are confused and they are trying to play a blame game. And that's why now Esther Passaris is coming out to say that from the messages I have gotten, I know there are a lot of people from outside who are funding the protest. Remember, hapo mwanzo walituambia ni nani? Rigathi Gachagua. So sai tena wamegeuka, wanatuambia ati the people who are funding this demonstration are from outside. And that's why nimekuambia this government, they are confused. Hawajui kitu yenye wanasema. Why? Today they are saying this and tomorrow again they are saying that. So they are talking two things at a time. But they are also different. They don't even match. And that's why now you are seeing the confused people like Esther Passaris are coming out to say that amepata messages zinamwambia ati there are people funding these demonstrations from outside. Remember hapo mwanzo, hata tunakumbuka vizuri, walituambia ati ni Rigathi Gachagua. Hata Kipchumba Murkomen alisema ni nani? Rigathi Gachagua. So what changed? What changed? That's the question. What really changed? So up to now, hawajui what really going on. Kazi yao tu ni kucheza the blame game. And that's what we have seen of this government. Au kazi yao tu ni kucheza the blame game. So the swali ni alipata hizi messages wapi? Swali ni wacha tuulize sasa Esther Passaris, where did she got all these messages? Because ametuambia ati ampata messages ati kuna mtu mwenye ama kuna watu wenye outside the country ndio wana support the demonstration. So the question is, where did she got all those messages? Because our country tuko na security system, na our country tuko na national intelligence services, wako na data, wako na nini, everything. So Esther Passaris akituambia that amepata messages, ametoa wapi hizo messages? Because tunataka tujue, ametuambia ati yeye amepata messages ati kuna watu wenye wana fund the demonstration from outside the country. So our question again is, yeye ametoa wapi hizo messages? Because for now, as we know, our country iko na security systems. So we can clearly tell that now Esther Passaris, she has suddenly become very clever up to now. She has suddenly become very clever. Yenda anajua nini nani. Na remember, same Esther Passaris ndio anasukuma ile amendment bill ya kustop the demonstrations. Yenda ako na hiyo bill. Na remember last time alikama out kujitetea akasema ati si William Samuel Ruto ndio amempea hiyo bill. Ati ni yeye mwenyewe ndiye amekama out na hiyo bill. So up to now Esther Passaris she has come suddenly clever. Ati yenda anajua everything, yenda anajua vitu zenye zinafanyika. So hapo nyuma tuliambiwa ati it is Rigathi Gachagua. So for now again it has changed. The tune has changed. Wanatuambia sasa ni watu wenye wanatoka nje ndio wanafund the demonstration. So up to now this government it is confused and they don't know what really is going on the ground. Au kazi yao tu ni kuguess na kazi yao ni kucheza a blame game. On the other side naye nimeona James Orengo amekama out kusema kitu hapa. I will read through it then we proceed, because I have seen different reactions coming from different people because hawajui what really will happen tomorrow. So James Orengo is coming out to say like this, as I quote, "The dream of Sabasaba was enshrined in the 2010 constitution, but before the ink dried, it was turned on its head and energy pillar of it weakened. Everything was not being spared, including now the separation of church and state. So the struggle must continue. Mwakenya, Sabasaba, Gen Z, on and on." End of the quote. So those are the words now coming from James Orengo. So you can clearly tell now some of the leaders wanajua ground inasema nini. But kuna some of them up to now au kazi yao tu ni kukuja na propaganda. The likes of kina Esther Passaris anasema ati funding inatoka nje. So kama funding inatoka nje, so washike hawa watu wenye wana fund, because hapo mwanzo walituambia aje it is Rigathi Gachagua who is funding the demonstration. So sai wameruka tena. The tune has changed. Sai the funding the people who is funding, they are now from outside. So up to now they are confused. The government it is confused. Wanajaribu hii haiwezekani. They are trying this, it doesn't work. And that's why now they are trying to play a blame game. I have seen again another reaction coming from a certain leader here known as Jalango. But this one will shock you, because Jalango again ni kama pia yeye anacheza ile tune yenye Esther Passaris anacheza. They are playing the same tune. Jalango is coming out to say that, as I quote, "It is very sad how the Gen Z movement has been turned politically. Sabasaba should be a day for young people to sit back, reflect and ask what their agenda is. Go and register as voters. The big battle is coming in 2027. Let them come out and support Ruto in the work he is doing." So, end of quote. That's why nimekuambia Jalango pia anacheza the same tune yenye Esther Passaris anacheza. And you can clearly tell the way pia naye anaongea. Anasema ati siji Gen Z sahi, Gen Z movement imekuwa turned into a political thing. So up to now, ukiona tu the allies of this government wanaongea tu sauti moja, because their leader pia ni ule tu bado anawapanga tu left, right and center. So mtu mmoja akisema hii, mwingine pia anasema hiyo. And that's why now nimekuambia mtu kama Jalango pia anacheza the same tune yenye Esther Passaris anacheza. What's your opinion? Drop it at the comment section. Otherwise, thank you so much for great support. Consider subscribing, commenting, liking and sharing. Let's meet in another video.